Yesterday, in the Telegraph, French and British interior ministers asked for the EU to take hold of the migration crisis developing in Calais. Does the European Commission plan on doing anything?
So the European Commission is aware of the situation as regards the migrants in Calais, and we are aware that the situation is deteriorating. The Commission fully supports and welcomes the cooperation between the French Minister of Interior, Bernard Cazeneuve, and the Home Affairs Secretary, Theresa May. The Commission stands ready to assist the French authorities in coping with the number of asylum seekers present in the region. We can provide technical assistance through the EU agencies and emergency funding, like we actually did already for an emergency day accommodation center. This is another stark example of the need for a greater level of solidarity and responsibility in the way we deal with migratory pressures in Europe. In May, the Commission set out a European response on managing migration better, as you might recall, and addressing all parts of the chain, from the immediate need to save lives to working on the root causes with partner countries and fighting against trafficking, to a long-term strategy on strengthening our asylum system and borders. All member states need to take measures to fight smugglers and irregular migration. At the same time, they also all have to show solidarity and take their share of responsibility. Commissioner Avramopoulos has repeatedly stressed the Commission expects all member states to take part in the relocation mechanism that we have proposed and to put solidarity into practice. Yes, please.
Been building greater fences at Calais and Coquelles to cope with the crisis. Is the Commission disappointed where it sees EU countries building greater barriers between each other?
What do you mean with greater barriers between each other? We are aware that actually the two countries are working hand in hand in order to solve this joint challenge, and this is pretty much what we are supporting.
But they're building bigger fences between the countries to stop people being able to get from one to the other. Is the Commission disappointed where it sees bigger fences between EU countries?
We support any approach that is a response to a very comprehensive situation. As you are aware, there needs to be also some security measures taken in order to address a rising security challenge, if there is one. In general, what we support is the countries working together to solve the situation, and this is pretty much what is happening here. Christian.
Have the two member states are concerned kept you informed of the origin of the migrants? Where did they enter the European Union? Are these people who arrived directly via France, or are they migrants who arrived via Italy or the Balkan route? I'm not aware of any notification which has arrived in the hands of the European Commission on this point, but I'd be glad to check to see whether we have any details or new information.
Oui, follow up.
A completely different